Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Guru Shingaji Ji ki Jai. So, how many weeks has it been? We're done. We're on the last page.
Started in July end.
July end.
Last week of July.
It's not too bad.
Less than 2 months.
Less than 2 months. So we're chapter 20, verse 6. Is it verse 6? No, we've done more than that. Chapter 20, verse 10. Where is the relative? Where is the transcendent? Where is happiness or misery? I am empty of thought. So, where is the relative? Where are the transcendent? Where is happiness or misery? So, yesterday we discussed all of this in great detail. We said that once we go beyond the phenomenal, and why to go beyond the phenomenal? Because the sages said that the truth, the ultimate reality, is beyond the realm of the changing. If it is changing, what is it? It is an appearance. So, beyond the realm of appearances, when you find yourself, the unchanging, the unmoving, then all the play of relatives, then not phenomenal, not physical relatives, not family type relatives, speaking about relative qualities, it starts to become meaningless, immaterial. The idea that I have to transcend also falls away. Now, remember that this is the end of the Ashtavakra Gita. So, although the pointing to transcend is useful, as we are looking to go beyond the phenomenal realm, once we have crossed it, then you see that there is nothing to transcend. It's just like saying that you can only say that there is no mountain after you have climbed it. So you can say there is no transcendence after you have transcended. So Janaka has reached that understanding about the self, and it is seen that there was nothing ever to do. There was nowhere to go. Nothing relative, nothing to transcend. Happiness or misery, the play of opposites. And when we've been so fearful in our life to want only happiness, pleasure, avoiding misery, pain, all that falls away. Whatever happens in the movie, happens in the movie. You will still continue to watch this body play. This body, which has been given the name Ananta now, continues to play on a daily basis. But I see that I am the witness of that, watching it. So this becomes your true position, or it has always been your true position, but this recognition comes that the witnessing of all of this has been my true position. That which is aware of this, that which is aware of the perception of the world, the perception of this body. There is an awareness which is aware of all things which are moving, which is aware of the perception of these words right now. They are appearing, but the awareness is not speaking. The self is not speaking. It is just aware. Just like the self is not hearing, It is aware of this hearing. Right now, notice what is that which is aware of this. The perception is happening. These words are being heard. Are you aware of this perceiving only? That which is aware, can you say it is phenomenal? You might think it is phenomenal. You might feel it is phenomenal. But can it ever become your true insight? Nobody has come to this insight. Everybody, when they go looking for the self, find this reality, which is beyond this play of time and space, beyond happiness and misery. I am empty of thought. So that point we discussed many times. Where is illusion? Where is existence? Where is attachment or non-attachment? Where is person? Where is God? I am awareness. Where is illusion? Where is existence? Where is attachment or non-attachment? Where is person? Where is God? I am awareness. Then you see that when you discover this reality, then you notice that all of this play of Maya, all of this play of attachment and trying to not be attached and be detached, either of those positions have been an idea from our limited notion of ourselves. And either the one who is attached, who has desires, and the one who's not attached. Now I'm, you can pick up that position. Oh, I'm just beyond everything. Not attached to any of this. But what is the I there? That is always the key. If that I is always still the limited idea of yourself, the individualized idea of yourself, the personal idea of yourself, then neither of these positions will help. We talked about all these opposites. Impure mind, pure mind, with desire, no desire, attachment, no attachment, doer, non-doer. It's all part of the phenomenal play. How does any of that touch awareness? So when you see your greater reality as this unchanging one, and I've clarified why this is the greater reality. If there are two, and one just comes and goes, and one is eternal, ever present, then which would you say is greater? So that is why it is the greater, in which that which is coming and going is also coming and going. Is also there is awareness of that coming and going. So what is your greater reality? Do you come and go? Are you still attaching your identity to that which comes and goes? Or you see for yourself that you are the unchanging one? So that identity, if it is attached to that which comes and goes, that is what we call the person. The idea of there being a me who is something which is not eternal, which is subject to birth and death, which has likes and dislikes, which has desires and aversions. All of this is what we call the person. And this has been our constant conditioning. Consciousness has believed itself to be this person through this belief system. You must be attached to this, you must now not be attached to this. And everything latches on as a condition, as an identity. You see? What is the person but just a bundle of identities, just a bundle of beliefs? So if you don't believe anything about yourself, you don't believe anything about yourself, do you still exist? And then the sage asks the ultimate question, where is even this existence? Where is this existence? So at some point, like Maharaj, can we be bold enough to say even something like forget about consciousness? Even that seeming forgetting, of course, is a play within consciousness. But what is your greater reality, that which is before I am. Let the I am come and go. What is it to you in reality? Have you gone too far? It's the same as saying, allow all these states to come and go, waking, dream, sleep, meditation, turiya. If all these states are coming and going, and you remain the eternal witness of this coming and going, how does just an appearance in one of these states make a scratch on you or a dent on you? Can something that happens here touch awareness? You remain untouched. Where is the illusion? Where is existence, attachment or non-attachment? Where is the person? Now the funny thing about the person is that at least for phenomenal things, you can say, okay, computer, here it is. Body, here it is. Sofa, here it is. People, bodies, here they are. But person, where is it? Is it even a phenomenal appearance? Not even a phenomenal appearance. You cannot identify the location of this person. Where is this person? Second level delusion, which means that it's just an imagined concept of separation. What is the ego? It's just a imagined concept of separation. There is a me which is apart from everything else. That is the notion, isn't it? There is a me which is apart from anything else. Now, unless you think about it, can you believe such a notion? Can you experience such a notion? Of course, you need a thought to believe something. But is it your experience that there is a me? The sensations can be there. The body sensations can feel very intimate. But can you distinguish between your body sensations and the sensations of this voice and the sensations of the sound from the road and the sensations of the breeze from the fan? Unless you define a boundary for a me, which is based on thought. Can you do it? All are appearing in the same space of your existence. If you did not exist, would these sensations be experienced? Now, many have misunderstood this and felt that this is something speaking individually, saying that all of this is in the mind of the individual. I'm not saying that. That is what is called solipsism. We're not saying that. I'm saying that the misidentification is about who you are. I'm referring to you as consciousness. I'm referring to you as beyond even that consciousness. I'm not speaking to you as the body. If I was speaking to you as an individual entity and then saying all of this is your play, then that would be a misunderstanding. You are this, your existence is the light of this consciousness. Only from this place can you say that all of this is a coming and going. I am the eternal unchanging one. Or can you say, I am the one solitary witness of all there is. Or you can say a very sweet verse, which is, I am wonderful indeed, beyond adoration. All of this comes from that place. No person has ever become special. There is no enlightened person. Enlightenment is the discovery that there is no person. The recognition of your existence beyond personality, beyond personhood. is what we are talking about. Where is the person? Where is God? I am awareness. So now, depending on your definition of God, so some refer to God as this sense I am, which is how I usually refer to consciousness of God, the sense I am. Now, in the ultimate reality of what I am, even this consciousness is a coming and going. Okay? And for those who are new to Satsang, I don't know how to tell you, but for those who are new to Satsang, even the statement I am God can sound very arrogant or special or something. But here, what is the sage saying? I am beyond even God. God is a coming and going for me, depending again on your definition of God. That if you say consciousness is God, this presence is God, this existence is God, then you're even beyond that. Many refer to this, the self, the absolute itself is God, which is also fine. So don't get confused by definitions. This is what is being spoken about. Where is God? I am awareness. Where is activity or inactivity? Where is liberation or bondage? I am timeless, indivisible. I am self alone. So when we say activity or inactivity, it is about doership and non-doership. What am I to do and not to do? Where is liberation or bondage? So is awareness bound? If it is not bound, can it be bound? Can I build a chain strong enough to bind awareness? So the concept of bondage itself does not apply. So what liberation can I give to that which is the unbound? We see that liberation is the discovery that there is no such prison that we want liberation from. Now, we can misunderstand even this. See? Because even this that I need no freedom or I need no liberation can be picked up as a concept. And conceptually, in our basket of concepts, we can still maintain our limited identity and add to that this concept, but I am God, I don't need freedom. Just conceptually is not enough. It must be a reflection of your true insight about yourself. Because all concepts are shaky. You can keep saying, I am God, I am God. Many times people have these kind of uh, things where they start saying, I am God, I am God. And very soon that is replaced by, I am in the hospital. So, just like that. So, if it's mental, it will be like that. It's just the identity trying to hold on to the identity, trying to hold on to some idea of godliness. And you can find that that is actually a very shaky ego. Because even when life comes in its day-to-day life and something happens, your mom says something to you, then that whole I am God thing goes in 2 seconds. You're back to being the daughter and so if it is just conceptual but not the result of true digestion, not the result of true insight, then just another concept. All concepts are changeable, removable, coming and going. But once you have tasted it for yourself, what you are, it cannot be replaced. That's all. Where are principles and scriptures? Where is the disciple or teacher? Where is the reason for life? I am boundless, absolute. And I see that we have gone beyond all of this. And we've looked at all of these aspects before. Where is existence or non-existence? Where is unity or duality? Nothing emanates from me. No more can be said. Where is existence or non-existence? Where is unity or duality? Nothing emanates from me. Nothing more can be said. So from this is the last verse of the Ashtavakra Gita. beyond existence.
Explain that part. It says nothing.
So, where is existence and non-existence? If I am no thing, can truly a something emerge? Can truly there be reality which emerges as an appearance, as a byproduct of that which is no thing? So that which emerges then must only be the idea that there is a snake, the idea that there is a snake, but actually there's just the rope, the idea that there is a mirage, but there is just a desert, the idea that there is silver in mother of pearl. So this is really saying that nothing has ever really happened.
But when it says like, sorry, like when it says nothing emanates from me, can't deny that there's something. I mean, it's not something, but it does emanate. I mean, it does.
The appearance is just an appearance. Nothing actually emerges. Like no, so once you see there is no snake. So that which was seen as a snake, you see only as a rope. You see? Once you see that you are the self alone, then all of this is seen just as an appearance. It's not real. So when you say it is not real, when you say something actually emanates, nothing real actually emanates. It was just a seeing, an appearance. You see? So it's like, okay, there's a rope. You're seeing a snake. Did the snake appear and did it go away? You see? So in the same way, this world is an appearance, like the snake. Never really appeared. Nothing really emanated. It was just seen. The dynamic aspect, as we call it. Ultimately, we have to say that even all of this Maya, illusion, never really happened. We don't every day talk like this in Satsang, because then we can get into some sort of a conceptual denial of the appearance. But we are now looking at the last verse, saying that if I am truly the unchanging, then can the changing actually ever have happened? Is any of this true? What is the reality of it? This is the distinction between the real and the unreal, the rope and the snake, which is the most popular example or metaphor in Vedanta. Then we start to see, although it might appear to be that all of us are here having this conversation, in reality, only awareness is. So, where is the snake when it appears? Where is the water in the mirage that appears? And yet it can be perceived as if it is. But does it have a tangible reality? So it appears as an appearance. But if it is just an appearance, means what came? Nothing really. An appearance is not real. If something real emanated from me, then I would say, yes, this is how it was. There was display of two-ness. Now we go back to this. But if it is just an illusion, an appearance, what really emanated out of awareness? Yes.
It does emanate. I mean, it's not real. I mean, nothing that emanates can.
It only appears to have emanated, if you put it like that. Like the snake only appears to have come, and once we see it in its true light, we see that there is no snake, there is only a rope. So, from the perspective of awareness, what really happened in the coming of the waking state, in the coming of the sense of existence? What really happened? That's what they say. Nothing really happened. It was just been the play of appearances and disappearances. So, if you want to say that a non-real appearance seemed to have been perceived, we can say like that. You see? Because even in this conversation can only happen in that seeming.
So you can't really deny this, like right now, like these words.
Yes, but the nature of this, as real or unreal, what would you say? If the definition of real is clear that the unchanging is real, if the sage defined right in the beginning, then what would you say about this? It's not real. So if it is not real, can you say that really it emanated? No, just as an appearance. Yeah, no, it's good, it's good.
So when you say really did it emanate, I
Yes.
mean it does emanate out
Yeah.
of this presence. I mean it just
Yes,
comes.
yes.
But
But is it similar to the mother giving birth to a child, or is it similar to the appearance of a snake in a room? And this will bring you to one of the most traditional and oldest debates in Advaita Vedanta. So Adi Shankaracharya says that this Maya is neither real nor unreal. It just appears to be. So that's why it is called the unreal. The other parts where they say that this jiva which appears, this sense existence is as much Brahman as Brahman itself. So these are two very traditional approaches to this. Now, either are fine. Whatever appeals to your heart the most, whatever you feel the most intuitively inclined to is completely fine. Here, ultimately, I have to say that I have to agree with Shankara to see that awareness is the true, real, and everything else has just been an appearance, therefore, just been like the illusion of silver in mother of pearl, the illusion of sneakiness in the robe, the, the illusion that this ever really happened. But truly, I can't explain it to you. It has to be it has to be on the basis of your insight. Whether you feel that consciousness, this existence, has some reality is based on how you define reality and what your intuitive experience is. Because ultimately, the sages said, everything that changes, everything that comes and goes is not real. So now this is, I don't know whether we even want to make this, publicly available. But the fact is that from that definition, even existence does not stand up to that test, isn't it? To that standard. That's why even Maharaj sometimes was very strong when he said, all of this problem is because of this I am infection. Forget about I am. Nothing ever has really happened. But it's very rarely that the sages, like Maharaj, Bapuji, the sages have said like this that nothing has ever really happened. Now, why I don't usually share like this in satsang every day is because also that many have picked up this idea that nothing has ever really happened. And clearly, there's identification with some limitation and to the concept of nothing has really happened, so it can be spoken about like that. But here we are on the fringes of our insight. There are the limits of what can be found in this recognition. Once I find myself to be this self, then is it true in reality that something has happened, that time and space were ever real, or were they just an appearance? So, this. So actually, for me, I don't mind if you say either of these. If you say, I see that I am this awareness, and within me is this birth of my child called consciousness. Or you say that I am this awareness alone, and this play of consciousness is just an appearance. There is no I am ultimately because even that is changing, it comes and goes. So this, this I have to leave to you. Actually.
can I check something? Um, recently I was reading from Vyazua, and I think it was like a section talking about like the samadhis, and that Bhagavan said like, but you know, you must go beyond this bliss,
Yes.
and you know, reach the stage where thoughts neither arise nor submerge.
Yes.
And immediately, like that, it was seen that that was taken on as, oh no, I still have to get to the point where thoughts are neither coming nor going. No, more thoughts are still coming. And it was just picked up that that was not true, that that was false. And I thought, no, like I've seen what is real, or I know what is real, so therefore, you know, let's see if I can understand or see the truth of what Bhagavan is saying right now. And so upon looking, yeah, because thinking that you're going to reach a stage where thoughts neither arise nor submerge is based upon the idea that you're an individual.
Yes.
That if we look at it like this only now, which is as it is, and so if I saw that there's only now, and even if a thought arises, unless it's believed that the thought has arisen, can it be said to have arisen, really? And anything, and as we've already seen, like anything that comes and goes has no basis in reality. And from here, then it's definitely, one is able to confirm that thoughts neither arise nor subside. And that felt like true.
It's very beautiful what you say. From the truest position, is there anything that has ever really arisen or dissolved? It's a beautiful contemplation.
And as you said yesterday, like with the multiple choice answers, it
Yes.
simply does not apply.
Not applicable. Now, some of you in your contemplation, and it's happened for centuries, so I don't feel like it'll change. Some of you in your contemplation will come to an insight upon which you will make a conclusion like consciousness is like the waves on the ocean. It seems like they have the same material reality as the ocean itself. And some of you will come to the conclusion that consciousness is like the snake in the rope. Never really happened. Either of these, you are beyond the realm of personhood, you're beyond the realm of suffering, you're not identifying as something which is ephemeral, something which is changing. You're finding that ultimate reality within which, whether you say that consciousness takes birth and dissolves back into it, or you say it never really appeared, never really happened, but appears to have been so. I'm okay with either of these positions. In fact, it's a beautiful contemplation. But in this contemplation, you will find that really we clarify for ourselves what we mean by real. Do we really agree with the sage's definition that everything that comes and goes is not real? So, and is the appearance of the seeming unreal, if it is unreal, would it ever really have happened? It's not real. So all of these are next level contemplations. What is really real? What is really real? And do we agree with this when I say there are two filters to what is real? One is that it must be our direct insight, and second is that it must not be changing. What lives up to these two filters? Must be our direct insight, direct experience, and it must not be changing. What lives up to these two filters? Can you see? Only awareness, isn't it? Only this absolute, this self. So these two filters, ultimately, even consciousness does not apply. That's why they say many times in the last few verses, where is existence? Where is God? See, I am the self alone. So the simpler approach is how we take it in Satsang is to say, yes, it is the dynamic aspect is there. Don't get into some sort of Advaita denial, something like that. But at the end, all sages have said nothing is ever really happening. No time, no space, no existence, no non-existence. I have always been beyond this in my reality. There was a seeming appearance of something. Seeming appearance of something was there. But I saw through it and I saw that nothing is ever. So stay with the question, what is it that I mean by real? What is it? When I say I, what is it that you mean by real? And is there a difference in your definition compared to what the sage is saying? Now, if you include something which is changing as also the real, then you will come to a different conclusion. You will come to that conclusion that everything emanates out of the real and goes back into the real. If you say that that which is changing never really happened, then you will come to this conclusion that this entire play, all of this, even this play of consciousness, is all just an appearance, like the movements of the snake that never was. Like in Indian spirituality, very popularly these things are said, no? Like the seven son of a woman who never gave birth. This is what the thing like Yoga Vashishta are pointing to. This world is the third child of the barren woman. You talk like that.
Actually, the person is like that.
Yes, but now at the in the finality, in the last verse, the sage is saying not just person, but the entirety of even existence, consciousness is like that. I am itself. But this even I would say, and I am one who likes to share everything with everyone. But this even I would like to say that maybe we just keep it in our small sangha. Because the potential for misunderstanding, the potential for confusion is immense in this. Because it is throwing away everything that we even speak about in Satsang. Nothing is needed, no scripture, no words, no pointing, nothing. I am the self alone. I am pure awareness itself. But you will find the clue in that what I pointed to you. What is the definition of real and unreal? So if something changing is included in real, then it is different. But if you are clear that everything that changes is unreal, then you have to count include this Maya, this consciousness, this appearance, this existence, which is the play of appearances, also in the changing, therefore unreal. So, yeah. See, come closer, my dear, so they can hear and they do the transcript.
It's not so significant, but seeing as we're already on the topic of this, I'd like to have this opportunity to just kind of clear it up. It's really helpful that we're talking this way now, because sometimes there has been like a small doubt or something that's arisen, because I feel that sometimes in my own experience there's like a contradiction to what Guruji says, like, because sometimes Guruji talks about being in the body, and like the common, like it's very common amongst the Sangha that we still talk about the body, and it's common to say that, oh, but we're still in this body. But that is not true of my experience. It would be more true, but it seems, I know it seems so crazy, but it would be more authentic of my experience to say that it more honestly feels like what body.
Or I'm very comfortable also to say that just as this entire realm of appearances seems to appear, the body, sensations of the body, the visuals of the body are part of that same thing.
Of course, in no way different from anything else that's perceivable.
Yes. So that is why It is like this. Some things which seem more natural at a particular point. You say that a child in their tooth, the first tooth breaks, put it under your pillow, the tooth fairy will come. It gives some solace, some peace. Then after a point, no, there is no tooth fairy. Sorry, it was a child listening. So at some point, you can say like that, like there is a being in this body. But actually, I would be more comfortable in saying that there is a body in this being. It's like this entire universe is in this being. But when sages they speak, they meet the questioner rather than the question itself. So when somebody is coming, or if there's a room full of people and there's a sense that it will be more relatable, more understandable, or needed at that point of time. Not that they're sitting and deciding, okay, what just flows naturally that way.
Yeah, that was my feeling, that it was sort of a concession to.
Yes. But every day we make concessions in Satsang.
Yes, yes, of course.
All kinds of concessions we have to make, because actually no pointing is true.
Yes.
No pointing is true. And Maharaj said that only truth I can speak is I am. And ultimately even that is not true. So he was also quick to come into this denial of I am many times. So it's just different strokes, different folks, whatever feels like. And intuition knows very well how to speak and what, because if there's a particular audience and you just say that you're not in the body or something like that, it might cause more confusion, more distraction,
Of course.
some very fancy ideas or something like this. Stay with your inside. The point of the pointers is to lead you to your direct insights about that. If you feel just like this is good, where you say, Ananta, you said this, or I heard this in Satsang, that it's like this. So, but my insight seems to be a bit different from that. What do you feel about it? I enjoy those questions very much, because then you're looking, I'm looking, and then we can, okay, what is the most simplest, direct way to share this looking? Actually, even in your sharing of the looking, can you be 100% accurate? No. You cannot ever truly explain it, isn't it? Just like nobody can truly ever explain it. So, but I enjoy this very much because it is very different from usually what is happening in Satsang when questions come. Then I find that I am doing the contemplation and those who are listening are just picking up the answer. The point of Satsang is to come to this entire recognition for yourself, and the master, the teacher is there for this kind of clarification also. So you say like this, but my experience is not this. So there should be full openness to this kind of conversation. There's another question in the chat. Vidya says, all that you say is so clear, yet this sticky identity with person still remains. Where is Vidya? Here she is. Hello, my dear. Actually, it is the non-stick frying pan. Because it cannot stick. Did it survive the previous moment? It actually didn't, unless you think about it. No identity can survive even for a moment, actually, automatically. Now you are empty of it till you believe the idea that you are not. Or you believe some idea of but. You with me? So notice right now, you'll have to first latch on to some concept to feel that you're still identified. Right now you're empty of it. So actually that's why I say that you have the best cleaning lady at your service. Who is that cleaning lady at your service? It is God. Clean up is happening completely. In this moment you are fresh, brand new, like an infant. And yet, what it can seem like is like you take a bite from the apple, and this entire world of identity seems to appear. You pull at a leaf from this tree of condition, you pull at one thought, and it can seem like, oh, the person is back. But without picking up this thought from the conveyor belt of the mind, show me the identity. So that is a very good way to look at it. Now there is another way to look at sticky identity, which means that which has been nourished a lot with belief in the past. So those are sticky. So if we've nourished a particular identity, be it a spiritual seeker identity, be it a parent identity, be it a partner identity, when thoughts come like that, then when they come, they seem more attractive to our belief. Why does that happen? This is the meaning of interest. Why it happens is because that one has been nourished in the past. Is it? Yeah. The habit has been to smoke that particular brand of cigarette. So when it comes, then it seems attractive. So that is what I mean by sticky identities. So when we look at these identities, if there is a recurring thought which you seem to buy over and over again, like you might have this thought that I'm just not getting it. I'm somehow not getting it. Then you pull that thought into your inquiry and say, can I find the one who is not getting it? If the thought is, I'm still stuck, the I again is a limited notion about yourself. So pull that into your inquiry. I'm still stuck. Who is still stuck? And when you take this into your inquiry, then persist with it till the idea that I am still stuck becomes laughable. How do we know when something is not sticky anymore? When it becomes laughable. See? So when the mind comes and says, oh no, I'm still stuck, or you are still stuck. You see? Does it have juice?
Can I speak?
Yes, my dear.
When I say who is feeling sticky, so who is making the inquiry? It feels like a loop, always like a.
Yes. So what are my options for this answer? Suppose I'm a bad student and this question has come. So Vidya has asked, who is the one who is making the inquiry? So can you also provide the choices so I can pick from? So okay, let me help with even providing the choices. So first option, a person is doing it. Is that plausible now? The person is doing the inquiry. Is it a plausible option? No. Why? Because if the person doesn't exist, then how can it do something? If the blue cat is not there, how can it have drunk my bowl of milk? Isn't it? So person is not an option. After person, what is there? This consciousness is there. I exist. So is the play of the inquiry not a part of another part of this play of appearances which appear in the light of consciousness? Isn't it? Even ultimately, even the inquiry or any practice is also part of the play of appearances, isn't it? So if we are saying that consciousness is the light of this world and consciousness is all there is, no person has ever come, then we are comfortable to say it is consciousness itself which has deluded itself to pose as if it is a person, and consciousness itself coming out of this personal delusion and coming into this freedom. So God has been playing this game. God has been playing this game of playing as an individual. And you see that there are many manifestations of this game, even in this world. Now, suppose you went for a movie. You went for this movie, and suppose you could not relate to the protagonist, not identify with the protagonist. Mostly, you will not enjoy that movie. You will say, "Who are these people? What were they doing? I just couldn't relate to the characters." You see? Just like that, this movie, to extract this kind of juice from this world of appearances, consciousness has given to itself this power of belief, this power to pretend as if it is something limited. And then when it is done with the play like that, it wants to get the joy even of dropping the false personal notion. You see? That's why usually it doesn't happen finger snap. You say, "No, you're not the cat." "I'm not the cat." Done. Bye. It doesn't happen like that. Usually that's why everyone says, all the masters have said, continue coming to satsang till the master itself tells you that you don't need it anymore.
So is it consciousness that has the insight? Who has the insight?
Yes, because only consciousness exists. Existence itself is consciousness. So all of this play. So that's why I said that in the self comes the appearance of the sense. In the I comes the appearance of the sense am. And this am has been projecting all this universe around it and getting stuck, getting here, getting there, getting there. Now it is consciousness itself is turning inwards and coming to the recognition of its own source. Nothing happened for the source. The hand has always been the hand. This finger has also always only been the hand. See, this is another way to look at the last verse. Has the finger ever happened, or has it only been the hand always? You see? In that way, we can look at that. But bringing it to a simpler level, you can see it is consciousness. Being is what I am. This Atma, this being, this consciousness has been saying, I am something. I am Vidya. I am the body. I am this. I am that. I am a spiritual seeker. You see? So that I am something is what the sages have called Jivatma. No Jivatma has actually been born. It is the pretense of I am itself. I am something. And when the something is being drawn, there is only I am. It is only I am which has been playing as I am something, and it is I am that I am. So how do we get to even before this I am, beyond the I am? Like the Sufi story who said, God, I am higher than that. You see? Higher than that. So that which is beyond God, that which is beyond I amness, is the I itself, which has always been the I alone. The appearance of the finger has just been the appearance. So the I am something has been trying to make sense of spirituality, has been trying to do the inquiry, but the inquiry rids the something from the I am something. Inquiry done truly, the who am I question asked truly, gets rid of the idea that I am something. The something drops away and I just am. So everything has been a play of consciousness itself. There never have been two. There was only ever been this hand playing as this finger, then saying, I am something, which is a projection of the light of this finger itself. So that is what, and it is created, consciousness has created itself for itself, this tool called the mind, which convinces it that this I am is personal, is something. What is the meaning I am something? I am something personal, isn't it? Only God has lived here. Only God is having this conversation with God.
Then when you go beyond I am, then who has that insight? I mean, awareness is beyond all that, right? So how does...
So when the finger recognizes that there is the source has been the hand itself, then does the finger come to the conclusion that there is still a finger? There's only the hand. Another way of saying the same thing again, that I've always only been the hand. There has been no finger, although it had appeared as if there was.
Thank you.
You see now, what can happen then is that most ideas of something to do in the world lead to perpetuation of the doer idea, that I am the doer. You see, I am something, most popularly, I am the doer. When we put that I am something, most popularly, it is that I am the doer of my action. So, but it is only something like this direct inquiry, where it might start off with the feeling I am doing the inquiry. But in this doing, does the sense of doership dissolve? It's a rare gift from Bhagwan. Rare gift from the Upanishads, from the sages. Rare gift from Bhagwan. Okay? Do the inquiry. Even if it feels like you're doing something, even if it feels like it is effort, do it. Why? Because it is the inquiry which gets rid of the idea of the doer itself. So as Guruji says, the end of the inquiry is the end of the inquirer itself. The one that started the inquiry is finished by the inquiry. The one that started satsang is finished by satsang. Thank you, my dear. So is it a far out idea that only God has ever been? And we'll get to whether he has actually ever been or not.
In some moments, that's the only truth.
In every moment, that's the only
That's
truth.
not existence,
But many moments there can be this idea that it is not true. That's why it is a pretense, you see, a facade, a mask. The person has only been a mask. And all the conditions we have been the face paint on that mask.
And when from the person consciousness returns back, it's not it is consciousness.
Yes.
I am.
I am that I am. That's why God said, I am that I am.
When
And
I am returns back to awareness,
yes.
Then even I am did not exist.
Yes. But if you remove the centrality of consciousness from that perspective and speak as awareness, what has happened?
Yeah. Yes. Only awareness and the play.
Yes. So if the play of appearances has happened, and by the very nature of calling it as an appearance, which itself means it was not real,
yeah.
From that place we can say nothing has ever really happened.
So that is in Advaita, it is the rope theory. In the other Jivatma, it is manifestation. Real thing. It manifests as this.
Actually, one day, for those who are interested, we'll announce a special satsang. Where we'll say, it might seem like, oh, Vedanta is just one Vedanta. No? Actually, there's Advaita Vedanta, there's Dvaita Vedanta.
Yeah.
There is in Advaita Vedanta, there's Vishishta Advaita, there's Bheda Abheda, there's Bheda Advaita, there's Abheda Advaita. All of these variations are there. So some of you who studied traditionally will know all these things. So what is this? This is what it is. You see, so I'll just take a minute on it. I know most of you get super bored when I speak about these things. So there is pure Advaita Vedanta. I'm forgetting the Sanskrit term for that right now, where they're saying that Maya has never been real. The appearance has never been true. It is not made up of Brahman, and because it's never really existed, you must not give it any idea of reality. You see? Like the snow, the snake and the rope. Then there is Veda Advaita, that uh, from the one self arises the sense I am, but there is actually a difference. Veda. There is actually a difference between this Atma and Brahman, the self and the consciousness I am. Then there is Abheda, that actually it might appear to be so, but no qualitative difference actually has ever come between Brahman, the Absolute, and the sense I am. There's also been Bheda Abheda, which means it is neither different nor same.
Advaita, Advaita. Advaita, Advaita.
So then there's Vishishta Advaita.
Yeah, that's
Many, many types of
Brahman.
So, but the good news is, if you are getting concerned about all of this, the good news is that in all of that, whatever type of Advaita, Vedanta, or even Vedanta you might be following, no credence is given to the reality of a person. So that is the important thing. And if I like to say like that, if I have a job to do, my job is to show you that no person has ever existed.
But for Jivatma, person is there. No?
Jivatma itself is the idea of personhood.
Oh, I see.
I am something is the idea of limitation. So traditionally, it might not be called personhood, is it? Because whatever limitation, even if you say that I am something, and that something is something that takes up the size of this whole room, it's still a limitation within consciousness. You see, you might say I am a soul which touches all the other souls who are in this room. So you're not limiting yourself to the body alone, and yet it is a limited notion of yourself. So all limited notions of yourself, I put it in that basket of personhood. Some might say only the identification as the body-mind should be called personhood, but I don't agree with that. Any limitation, let's put it in that same basket.
So Jivatma is underworld of the person, or person is underworld for Jivatma. Right?
Yes. In the way I use it.
Even in dream also,
Yes.
when I dream that so that way also look at that.
That's a very
That
good
is
way.
only an appearance. The dream is an appearance. When we wake up,
Exactly.
that was not the attacker, but
There
of
was no
course,
reality.
that person is there. That dream is there.
That's why usually, to put it simply, as if you still feel that you are an object within the dream, within this waking state, then better not to say things like nothing has ever happened. Better not to get into a denial of consciousness. It is only from your truest place as awareness can you even say something like that. Knowing fully well that the infrastructure for the saying is only within consciousness itself, in the dream itself. The saying or not saying is irrelevant in this, for the self, isn't it?
Even this Dura, when I started checking, everything is spontaneous. There is no Dura at all. It is very clear. When you are walking, we think that one word I got, conscious intention. If you do something with conscious intention, even conscious intention also happens. I want to study engineering. That thought comes. But
Only okay, the way I hear conscious intention is the will of consciousness.
Yeah.
So only the will of consciousness happens.
Yeah. So even suppose we take conscious intentions as
But if it is an idea that I
our-
must do things with like an
Yeah.
intention which is
Yeah.
consciousness, what is the I which is lurking there?
Yeah.
Is it-
So that suppose even if it is the in our day-to-day life, this conscious intention also comes a very small part, very small part. All the other things are spontaneous. We tell it is automatic, but now I made these actions.
Yes.
I did not decide to.
Exactly.
It is not a conscious decision.
Yes.
So there is no doer.
Even if the play of the decision would have happened, there is no guarantee that the action would have happened. Is it?
Yeah.
Even if the play of the decision making happened, there is no guarantee that the action would have happened. Is it? And in spite of no decision being made, many times actions happen.
Happens.
So it's all independent.
That's what is always.
That's why it's a beautiful saying in Yoga Vasishtha. The bird flew and landed on the branch of the coconut tree. Coconut fell. Is
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
The mind says it is because the bird landed there.
yeah,
But actually, there's no way to say that. All is just independent.
yeah. The thought of
Cause.
decision itself just comes up.
All these insights are very simple without the mind.
When we directly
And
look into
super
it,
difficult, super complex with the mind. Yes. These insights, they are continuous fresh insights which continue to reveal itself. This play is so beautiful that even this divesting from the delusion of separation has been filled with so many beautiful insights, so many beautiful pit stops along the way that you see the nature of this world. It will not sound absurd to you
yeah,
when you hear things like the universe appears and disappears within me. Many of you might be hearing the Ashtavakra Gita for the first time, and you hear these things and you might say, what is going on? Just what have I signed up for? The universe comes and appears and disappears within me. What? That's too much. It can feel like that. But as you start to come to this realization of what you are, then you will see that it's no big deal actually. It's no big deal. Just like so many dreams, I've been okay to accept they appear and disappear within me. Same way you can say about the waking state. What are we saying? It's just another dream, isn't it?
and when the doership goes, this stress not attached to doership also falls away.
Yes.
Because otherwise, I want to have a successful one.
Yes.
When he take up something.
The problem is that I want to be the successful doer,
Yeah.
and many on spirituality want to be the successful non-doers.
Everything. No, when that falls away.
Yes, when the whole concept notion
Falls
falls
away,
away, not applicable.
That's
Not
not
applicable. Yes.
connected to success or failure or whatever it is, right or wrong.
Many are wondering whether they're doing non-doership right. Many are wondering whether they're really doing the non-doership right or wrong. I'm very happy that a group of all of us put together 25, 30 or so, including the Zoom and the people here, can talk about these things. It's a very rare thing in life. A few places in the world. In fact, at this very moment, there might not be too many conversations like this happening in the 7 billion that are there in this world. And a handful of sages. It's possibly, if a conversation is happening in Montessart, it could be a similar conversation. And a handful of other places where a group could collect like this and speak things like this. Universe is coming and going within me. I am that boundless ocean. I am the shoreless ocean. I am that which is beyond adoration.
Now you are pointing that when we see that it's very simple. Otherwise, no person is what he is turning from some other level. When I was hearing one of the scientists, this thing, he was telling, you are coming from PhD to kindergarten.
Yes, I like that very much. You're coming from PhD to surprisingly scriptural. Is it? I feel like it is from this innocence, from this place of not knowing anything, that the scriptures have arisen. And that is why for all of you who come to that openness, come into that innocence, when you read now Ashtavakra Gita, Ripu Gita, Avatuta Gita, all these scriptures, which for centuries have been kept almost secret, only for the most advanced of seekers. And you will read these things. Not from any idea of arrogance, but from the simplicity of it. You will not be shocked by the words. You will not say, oh, it is too difficult or too abstract. Because everything is a clue to point you to your own direct insight. That's why Vidya's question was important, isn't it? Who has to come to that insight? Consciousness. Why? That is the design of the play. It doesn't have to go like that. But that seems to be the design, seeming design. Otherwise, why would I say this satsang is consciousness speaking with consciousness? So what are we going to do now that Ashtavakra is done?
Now sing. Radha is
For
going.
now we'll sing. Oh, I mean,
I'm not
now.
going anywhere. I'm coming back.
Where is she going? Is she allowed to go anywhere? Somewhere?
We were going to hold the retreat, no mention. Mahamudra.
Mahamudra, I'll have to work extra hard to clear the terminology. There's another scripture.
Aren't we doing the
40
Ramana?
verses. 40 verses Vedika Satsang.
Amaya
Yeah,
says,
reading Ramana.
wait. Amaya says, please take a little break before starting reading another book. Says the transcripts and highlights team. Yes, ma'am. We'll take a break. Thank you all so much for all this beautiful seva that you've been doing. And also thank you all who've been here for the last 2 months. And I've seen some of you have been there every day. Every day you've been in the Ashtavakra sessions. So I know that the blessings of the sage Ashtavakra are with all of us. Guruji's blessings are with all of us. And may we continue to spread the holy light in this beautiful play, which has never really happened.
So beautiful, that last verse. I don't know. It's just allowing it to just come.
It has to work from that space of allowing itself.
Yeah.
In fact, we cannot compute it at all.
So, do you feel
So,
to take a break? Like tomorrow, the retreat starts with Guruji. So maybe
yeah,
for
so do you feel I can take a 10-day break?
7 days.
7-day break? Could we have some visitors? Do we have visitors? Huh?
After tomorrow.
After tomorrow? Okay.
No, as an online.
He's here
Then
for
they
this
don't-
week only, no?
Oh,
You're here
so
for
we
only
not
this week, right?
informal. Maybe just
You're here only for this week.
I'm saying,
Yeah, tomorrow and that.
like informal one.
We just get together and talk about
yeah, no highlights
movies
and
and
trying
superheroes.
presents of them, highlights and all.
No highlight, no transcription. Murad said, a big shout out to the transcript team. Yes.
Yes.
What a great job and resource.
We love you.
I'm very bad at this. Because I feel like I start thanking and I feel like I'm just missing so many who made such beautiful contributions to sharing this light. So know that in my heart, so much gratitude is here for you. In this outward expression, I might not always have the best words for it. I might not remember your names or something like that. But know that full love and gratitude is there. Diana says no to the break, I'm presuming. No break. Murad said no break. Keep up this beautiful marinating. How many are joining the retreat online? I see some show of hands, or you can type it over there. Not many are joining online. So there's some maybes. Yes. Okay, we'll see how it goes. We'll keep it light and easy. No transcripts. No highlights or transcripts. I definitely feel to give them a break. Nitya has been really working hard. Amaya has been really working hard along with the rest of the transcripts team. So and also I feel like for some time maybe we don't need to transcribe everything. We can just maybe 5 minutes, 6 minutes, whatever you feel, a little bit for the next few months. Pick out some parts because now we have thousands and thousands of YouTube videos and thousands of transcripts. Can I tell you something funny? My feeling is that more people have downloaded or bought Consciousness Speaking with Consciousness than they have downloaded, read, or gone to the website and just got for free the first 9 books.
I got it from the US, from
Yeah.
Amazon.
So there's lots of things available for us. Amaya says, yes, we were going to shift to only some super poignant transcripts and highlights because we are quite in need of a break. Yes, Matthew, yes. Take a full break for a few months. The question on the retreat, yes, Anil had asked even on the group. Yes, we are going to be watching. We are going to be putting on the yes. So, and on weekdays, Monday to Friday, this room is always available for the retreat. I have received the ticket also. So, Dishti will be getting her computer and coming, and she will have the ticket. And everybody who is here in Bangalore, as you know, I'm not allowed to share it on Zoom or something like that. So I can't just broadcast, have a, like a broadcast happening for some people. We can't do that. But those who are in Bangalore, you're definitely welcome to come here and watch the retreat.
We are hoping that tomorrow we can maybe meet around 11:30. So watch tonight's thing.
Yeah, so tomorrow they're meeting at 11 or 11:30 and they will watch the first session from tonight.
And then
then they will watch the live.
Like,
Weekend, what happens?
weekend, see who all are here.
Yeah. See, based on how many are coming, somebody will offer to make some space available.
Or we may just if it's just few of us, we may go to Thiru
And if it's just few of us, then you might go to Thiru and watch on the weekend.
It is an Indian night now.
No. One session is 1:30, if I'm not mistaken. The live session, morning session is India time 1:30. And the second session, what they usually do is watch it next day morning before they watch the live one.
So we are watching this on the hotspot.
No, I can use mine.
You can take this, yeah.
But I have like 1 GB every day and we have Wi-Fi.
Let's see. Whatever.
If it gets exhausted, then we can
You don't need to. You might need more than 1 GB. You might need more than 1 GB.
If it gets exhausted, maybe.
Every day. Just 2 or 3 hours.
I can just leave this here. If it gets exhausted, just
Okay.
What do we say? Shall we buy another?
No.
No.
We are
Let's see
sharing what's
tomorrow.
happening.
Let's see tomorrow.
About Ananta-Ji needs a hotspot.
So let's see tomorrow how it goes.
You might set them low quality.
Yeah, we can set it up because low quality is also pretty awesome for them. Because when I'm watching it,
let them. Unfortunately, with these Geo ones, you can't really call them and say, give me a smart plan, and increase my data.
I have also on Airtel some plan that I can activate in 30 minutes. So we can.
But no, I'm not using it so much on that side. Leave this internet here. And if you exhaust it, you have the password. It's your phone anyway. The SMS will come to your phone.
I know what it's.
It's on the box, so I'll get the box.
You can just send the picture.
Then, and then saying, I have my bags packed since morning, have missed 3 planned flights. There is another one at 9 p.m. Let us see. This time I'll buy the ticket when I land at the airport. Wasted too much money in the past, yes. Shanti says, has it been discussed about the retreat in November or December? Drishti did send me some data on the poll, which I can open right now.
January. People for Jan, 11 for December.
13 said January. Okay. Where is Zoom? Yeah. 13 said January, then
11 people for December, about 3 for November, and there are a few others who are open.
any few others. So January is winning. So far January is winning.
January 1st or 2nd?
I didn't really divide it like that.
We haven't divided it between which part of January yet. Murad said, what retreat?
What retreat?
So we can add you to this group. We have a group called the Heart Altar, where we are talking about a retreat where we either go to Tiruvannamalai or we go to the same place, Chinmaya Vibhuti. I feel like Thiru is winning in the polls.
Yes. It's one.
It's one, hands down. So Tiruvannamalai is one. So we have a retreat in most likely in January now, with how it's looking, in Tiruvannamalai for 6 or 7 days. We'll go there. We have one more vote from Murad, which is January. He says, I have to change my patients and plan a flight from Boston. But this is great. Jan is perfect. It'll take a little bit of organizing, but count me in. Very happy if you can come. And he says, I promise Bhagwan to visit once. Once I'm fine to travel, maybe retreat will close. It feels a bit strange that there's nothing more to read in Ashtavakra.
I'll send you the clues. I've collated them.
The clues, yes.
I just had
Can we open that? I was just going to joke with everyone and start over. Then I saw it from Chanti also to start over. It's been very beautiful, I have to say.
The updated copy is not online. It's still on my laptop.
Yeah, but you can go to that Google Drive.
Yeah.
Is it before Master Trilopa or after? Before. I was looking through your messages and trying to find this clues. Yes, I have. So some of you, wow, so many have responded. It's amazing. So some of you might not know what we are talking about, but we said that we wanted to make a small booklet of the clues from the Ashtavakra Gita. There's a big book coming about the Ashtavakra Gita, the commentary on the Ashtavakra Gita, but there'll be a small booklet about just the very direct clues. And I gave everybody a homework assignment saying that as you read through the verses of the Ashtavakra Gita, then say which clue, what is being pointed at in that particular verse. So I feel like it's a very beautiful project where all of you have sent in your clues. I'm so surprised and pleasantly surprised and very grateful that you would do this. So I'm just going to open Drishtis. So the first clue was that which is the witness of all things. Then all these verses you found, like the verse which says, you are not earth, water, fire or air, nor are you empty space. Liberation is to know yourself as awareness alone, the witness of these. You have no caste or duties. You are invisible, unattached, formless. You are the witness of all things. Be happy. Then the favorite one, you are the solitary witness of all there is, forever free. You are the self, the solitary witness. You are perfect, all pervading, one. Seeing there is no universe or body, by grace the self is revealed. Not seeing self, the world is material. I am wonderful indeed, beyond adoration. I am everything thought or spoken, and have nothing. Seeing all things as threefold suffering, the sage becomes still. That was the first clue. Then, let me just now read only the clues. The second clue was that which remains unchanging. Maybe I can read one verse about it. You are unconditioned, changeless, formless. You are solid, unfathomable, cool. Third clue, that which is beyond limitations or boundaries. I am unbounded awareness. Only in imagination do I have limits. Then, in the limitless ocean of myself, the winds of the mind roil the myriad waves of the world. The fourth clue, that which can only be found in the present or now, it does not come and go. It is not subject to time. So the verse is, you are now and forever free, luminous, transparent, still. The practice of meditation keeps one in bondage. Okay, but you have to hear my commentary before. Don't get confused. If you're a meditator, don't get confused. Clue 5, that which has no desires or aversions. One of the verses is, you are the self, the solitary witness. You are perfect, all pervading, one. You are free, desireless, forever still. The universe is but a seeming in you. Clue 6, that which is beyond doership, beyond action and inaction, that which is beyond doership. The thought I am the doer is the bite of the poisonous snake. To know I do nothing is the wisdom of faith. Be happy. In reality, knowledge, the knower, and the knowable do not exist. The great soul witnesses his body's actions as if they were another's. How can praise or blame disturb him? Clue 7, that which is beyond separation and union, beyond both the concept of separation and union. Meditate on this. I am awareness alone, unity itself. Give up the idea that you are separate, a person, that there is within and without. I am neither free nor bound. The illusion of such things has fallen into disbelief. Clue 8, that which cannot be found by the mind. That which cannot be found by the mind means that which cannot be described or got by concepts, judgments, or inferences. The mind is complex. Let it go. Know the peace of dissolution. Clue 9, that which is your direct insight beyond any phenomenal perception. Direct insight beyond any phenomenal perception. That which has form is not real. Only the formless is permanent. Once this is known, you will not return to illusion. In reality, knowledge, the knower, and the knowable do not exist. Clue 10, that which is the source of your being, that which is the source of your being, which in its unassociated form is consciousness, and its associated form appears as if it is the ego. The universe appears within me, but I do not touch it. The universe arises from you like foam from the sea. Know yourself as one. Enter the peace of dissolution. I am infinite space. The universe is a jar. This I know. No need to renounce, accept, or destroy. I am a shoreless ocean. The universe makes waves. This I know. No need to renounce, accept, or destroy. I am the mother of pearl. The universe is the illusion of silver. I am the mother of pearl. The universe is the illusion of silver. This I know. No need to accept, renounce, or destroy. Then the final clue, or maybe Drishti added some more after that. But clue 11, that which is discovered by following the guidance of the divine presence, or what is also called the intuitive presence of the Sadguru, the dispeller of ignorance. So there might not be direct clues in the Ashtavakra about that. That itself is a clue.
You have been here for so many months. It's a great service. On 22 and 34 also.
Shanti says, I'm not joking. Ashtavakra again?
No, it doesn't.
It's been so beautiful, this Ashtavakra reading. Precious, thank you. Thank you, Amaya says. Thank you, Mani. Still have to get used to looking at that camera. Because so used to looking at this one. Vidya says, what about the Avadhuta Gita?
Mahamudra.
Drishti. Okay, what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to start reading all of this and then see what takes.
With Mahamudra, you know that some cleaning you want to do. So at one point you will like, okay, I took too much work, and then you'll go back to something.
Very lazy.
So should I make an attempt to clean it little and
No. Sweet. So really wants this Mahamudra. Okay, we do.
thank you.
We're going again. We're here for the week. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a Wednesday.
Tomorrow morning. Join up.
Yes, you're right actually. Tomorrow morning, because tomorrow evening I have a meeting. Tomorrow evening at 5 I have a meeting.
So 11 o'clock.
11.
Okay. You come tomorrow. Okay.
She can't come in the morning.
We can come because I'm here only for tomorrow.
Oh yes?
Yeah. So
Tomorrow morning you can come?
yeah, we can come. And I can visit in the morning. Will you be there tomorrow morning?
Yes, 11 o'clock.
So I'll come at 11.
Yes, very well. So tomorrow we gather and do what? They're not the doer.
I'll finish the clothes actually. We can probably run
This camera is
through the rest.
put a little down.
So maybe I'll finish mostly today.
Yes.
The
Which one?
rest of it we can just run
Also,
through
Paul had sent some very nice.
Yeah, so I have it on my. It's body has not been well for the last couple of days, so being just a little lazy.
Body not been well? I didn't know this.
So, but I should finish it tonight, and we can go through them.
Why doesn't the Sangha do something for the next few days?
Yeah.
Give this one a break
Yeah, sure.
and you take something and look at that. Maybe the clues itself, or read from Ashtavakra, or share something, give you some homework. Tomorrow's Satsang is 11 a.m. But not 11. How will it work? You're going to watch the retreat. Short one. We have a short meeting at
No, we can do it later.
a short 1 hour meeting at 11. So we have a bit of a break.
Till 12:30 should be okay. 1:30.
Okay, 11 to 12:30. Thank you. Anna has an idea. She says, I always enjoy greatly silent sitting with Ananta-ji. Okay, my dear. Tomorrow, definitely, for sure, we see do the silent sitting. It's been a long time. Thank you all so much for being in Satsang today. Sadguru Shri Muji Ji ki Jai.
Sadguru Shri Ananta Ji ki Jai.
Sadguru Shri Ashtavakra Ji ki
Jai. play Ayodhya.
Ah.